Hey guys, you're watching Ohio Farm Life. We've had about 4 days of rain. Had about an inch and a half, inch and 3/4 worth. We haven't been doing much, but we're gonna go ahead and I need to get the cows out of the barn. I'd like to let the pasture grass grow up a little bit more before we do that, but the manure is building up in the barn too fast. I need to just let them out. Here in a couple weeks, we're gonna take the old cows to another pasture at another farm, so it'll slow them down on this grass. So we'll get started. And basically what I'm doing here is this is the wire that carries the current from the electric fence charger out to the fence. I've got to hook it back up. I took it down so when I scrape this lot out I could drive underneath this with the tractor. And did it wrong again. Stick it through the insulator on top of this post. The next thing we gotta do is I put these wire panels up because of the little heifers. I kept running through the high tensile wires this winter and I didn't have the electric fence working, so we're gonna take all these panels off of it. I'd leave them up, but it would short out the electric fence. So I'll get that done and then we'll get back with you when we go to let the cows out. You can see our little heifers, they're still not paying much attention to that wire being there. They're already out grazing. We bought those, so I'm kind of a little afraid we're gonna have problems keeping them in this summer. My brother, he's over there retensioning the wire, trying to get it a little tighter to help keep them in. Got an insulator broke off one of these T-posts. Need to change first for getting ready to let them out. The ones that haven't already just run through this. These can be difficult sometimes. You're gonna have to loosen that wire so I can get it in the thing. Second one from the bottom. You gotta loosen it. I can't get the wire in it. Got a couple in there. Look like it'll be dropping a calf here pretty soon. That one there is real close. This one here doesn't look too far. That one there is getting close. It is a nice day today. No, I need a lot more. They're always happy to be out and they run and jump. These guys in here, they could be out too, but they ain't figured out they gotta go in the other barn yet. Suppose I could open this gate too, so just so they know that they can go out. The old cows are nice because they don't get too excited and go running around and run through fence. There they come. There's always a couple that take a while to figure it out. She's getting close to calving real soon. She's bagging up. We have had one calf. I'll show you that here in a second. We'll turn them out. Be my brother's heifer that had the calf. I haven't had any yet this year. Here's our little calf. It's the first one we've had this year. It's a little heifer calf. It's part Hereford, part Black Angus. We normally like our calves to be born out on the pasture, but we're switching what time of year we're having calves, so we weren't ready yet. We should be good now. Yeah, they've been out for 20 minutes or so now, and they're settling down. That little calf's up there still running around quite a bit, but I'm just walking down here we're getting quite the rut coming from our field into here, and we might have to change the way we got that off, because the calf can walk right under there now. Got that hog panel there, which should stop them, and then I threw a pallet over top of it behind it, but that worked last year. We'll find out if it's going to work again this year or not. So, and we're just going to mess around here at the shot and keep an eye on these first day out. They tend to want to explore more than what they have to explore. And just hang around here and make sure they're not gnawed down with neighbors or something. But normally, I'd like to wait a little longer if I could to turn these cows out, just to let these pastures grow up a little bit, because I don't have near as much pasture as what I'd like to have yet, because me and my brother, we've only been raising cattle, breeding cattle I should say, for I guess this is 4th or 5th year, and when we was little growing up, all we did was grain here, so we've been learning. And the first 2 years we did it, when we had just this for pasture, we overgrazed it real bad, so it's hurt it. But we've been clearing fence rows and building new fence about every winter since then, so we're working on it. But normally, when we started with these cattle, we was in high school, so we bred them so they would calve just after we got out for the summer, so we could be around if there was any issues. But looking back, I wished I would have bred them to have them born about this time of year. And that's what we're doing. We bought a Hereford bull, and now all our new heifers, we breed to him to calve in late March and April, which I think I'll like a lot better. And then once the old cows are gone, then we'll have everything on this schedule. But right now we're going to have 2 different calving schedules, which might be kind of screwy, but we'll work with it. I know there's people that have calves all year round, but here in a couple months we'll turn the Hereford bull out here, so I'm going to keep all the heifers here at the home farm, where the barn's there if we have any issues with the calves or calving. And then I'll take all the old cows that have had a calf before to the other farm, put them out on a pasture, because one of the pastures doesn't have a barn anywhere near it, and the new one we just built is right next to the bank barn at the other farm. So we'll see what happens there. But I've heard toying with the idea we might take that heifer that just calved with the number 35 calf over there too, just haul them separate on the trailer. Get you some more footage of him. He's born Wednesday, and it's Monday now. Gave him, always had his 2 cc's of Bosie, and we tagged him. So that number 21 there behind him is the mom, belongs to my brother. So I don't know, we've pretty much always had black cattle, maybe a little bit of white on them. That's first brown one we've had, and he come out of that Hereford bull. So hoping we get some pretty interesting color combinations this year. That white one over there, that's one of my older cows. She's got Black Angus Shorthorn. I got 4 of them like that. They're out here. But I've always liked the Hereford colorings, and I like red cattle a little bit. So thinking about maybe buying a couple red Angus heifers this fall. But we'll see what happens, as I'm wanting to grow the cattle herd quite a bit more yet. We're getting to where I'm out of school when my brother, he's about to graduate, so we can start really focusing on growing this now. Because before we kind of had to limit ourselves to, we got to be able to do school too. But he's a real tame calf. I'm gonna, in the past we've always used yellow ear tag, but now that we're getting so many, to make things easier, I'm gonna stop and get red or green or whatever other color I can find. This is another one of my old cows. If you look at her in the head, you can see she's got a little bit of Holstein in her, because the lady I bought these cattle from, they used to milk cows, and they had their Holstein bull stuck around for a little while after the milk cows, and she's got the head of a Holstein on her. But she's always been one of my favorite old cows. But we'll just hang out here and we'll see what else we get into. Well, not something you see around here too often, but got the old 5-bottom moldboard plow hooked up. I'm not guaranteeing I'll have any plowing footage. Well, we'll more than likely plow our sweet corn and patch in the garden with it. But I help out on a dairy farm quite a bit when I'm not doing stuff here. And they're wanting to plow 200 acres yet this spring. And I hooked this up to move it, but I might leave it hooked up in case they need help. So I'm not going to guarantee any plowing footage, but I'm hoping I can take it out and use it some. And we're primarily no-till here, but being that we're primarily no-till, I think it's fun when I get to hook to something and stir a little dirt up. But it wouldn't be very practical to do on our land. But I think that's going to be all for this video. So if you like this video, tell others about it, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching.